folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Chris with Daily. Today is Two for Tuesday, so we're going to be taking a look at a couple of Ulster knives. Two for Tuesday is an open tag started by Knife Delights. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at a couple of older Ulster knives. One is in Rogers bone and one is in a peach seed jig bone. The Rogers bone is part of a trade, so that one's actually leaving soon, and the other one needs a little cleanup. So stick around, take a look, hope you find something you enjoy. All right guys, here's the first knife. It is Equalin Cigar Jack in this cool Rogers bone. I know we've got some Rogers bone freaks out there. It's got a little spear point on it. Could do for a little more of a point on it. This knife's been cleaned, but you can see there it's Ulster Knife Co. So this dates it to, that stamp dates it to pre-41 era. So pretty cool little knife. Got the lined bolsters there. We've got I don't know if it's nickel, silver, or steel liners and bolsters. I feel like it's more than likely nickel, silver liner and bolsters, just because the steel liners and bolsters were used like on a lot earlier knives, and some, like Barlow knives, but I don't know. Anyway, really cool knife. And then we've got a second one, which is a little bit smaller, and has not been cleaned up. You can see the size difference on that guy, but this is a cattle knife here. And we're gonna do a little cleanup on this guy today. It's pretty dirty. There's actually a lot of dirt in that bone, but the bone's in really good shape. And the blades are in really good shape. The sheep foot looks, that's pretty full sheep foot. This spay looks like it's got a little bit out of it, and the clip point looks like it's got a little bit taken out of it. You can see it's really dirty and mucky down there, so hopefully we're gonna get that out. But it's got the same tang stamp on it, so Ulster Knife Company, so that should be pre-41, even though I feel like this one is probably a later version and this one's a little bit earlier. I don't know, that's just my kind of hunch on that guy. But I found a little information about Ulster, and I won't go take too darn long, but this is in the Goins book, had kind of the Goins encyclopedia had the most information on these. So Ulster USA. There's several different dates to go with different tang stamps, but this is about the company. Ulster USA, 1941 to 1972. This is after these. That's when it obviously has USA written on it, but there's history here. So Ulster began in 1871 as the Ellenville Cooperative Cutlery Company, located in Ellenville, New York. Not to be confused with Ellaville, Georgia, where some of the latest knife shows are taking place with the Knife Doctor. Forming the cooperative cutlery was the idea of master cutler William Booth, and this is a picture of William Booth over here. Booth was born in Sheffield, England in 1842, and at the age of 14 entered into an apprenticeship for a period of 7 years. After completing his apprenticeship, he sailed for America, settling in Bronxville, New York, where he worked in a small cutlery factory. He later moved to Naugatuck, Connecticut, and worked for the cutlery located there. After Naugatuck, there's some I think it's Union Cutlery Company may have started there, but that might be Napanock too. I don't know, I get the two mixed up. After the Civil War, several knife factories were started in New York and New England on the cooperative system. Mr. Booth observed their success and, enlisting a group of his friends, started a company of their own. In June 1871, the citizens of Ellenville, New York, learned that a group of men skilled in manufacture of spring cutlery were seeking a site for a factory. They contacted the cutlers, and after a public meeting was held on July 6, 1871, they decided to form a cooperative with the cutlers. The company failed in 1872 and was reorganized as the Ellenville Knife Company. This firm also ran into difficulties and was reorganized in 1875 under the same name. In 1876, they were taken over by Dwight Devine. He renamed the firm Ulster Knife Company. Here's a picture of Dwight Devine here. William Booth was superintendent of the plant until 1923, when he retired due to failing sight. One by one, Devine's sons were brought into the business. Dwight Devine remained head of the firm until his death in 1933. His sons ran the business until 41, when they sold the majority interest to Albert and Henry Bear. During World War II, the Ulster Knife Company began a cooperative effort with the Imperial Knife Company of Providence, Rhode Island. Between the two factories, they produced more than half all the knives purchased for the U.S. Armed Forces during World War II. Wow. After the war, a joint company was formed known as the Kingston Cutlery Company of Walden, New York. This firm purchased the Schrade Cutlery Company of Walden, and this plant was eventually moved to Ellenville. In 1947, Kingston was dissolved and the Imperial Knife Associated Companies, Inc. was formed. The plant in Ellenville is still in operation, but the Ulster marking was discontinued about 1972. All right, so cool little bit of history. Here's the guys kind of that started and then named it Ulster. So these guys, like I said, are the pre-1941 era, because they don't have the USA on their tang stamps. So this would have been before all of the imperial and whatnot. And some interesting facts on these guys, and some cool reading on an old, very important knife brand to the U.S. producers of springed cutlery is what they referred to it in there. So this knife here, this Rogers Bone Equalin Cigar Jack, has actually been traded away, and so that's going to be moving on to another member of our little knife community, and I guess he's an all right guy. I'll let him figure out how to show you that knife further. This guy here needs a little bit of cleanup, so that's what we're going to do next. If you're interested in seeing this knife cleaned up, stick around. I'm going to hopefully not do too much to it because this bone is really, really well defined, but maybe we'll get some of this out and clean up these blades a little bit and clean out the wells and see what we come up with. All right, stick around. knife cleaned up pretty darn well. You know, blades aren't perfect, but they're looking healthy and a little less grungy than they were before. There's that stamp. Bone came out really pretty. It's got that this side especially has got that like kind of darker tone to it. Nice peach seed jig. Here's the, you can see this side's a little bit lighter, but equally very pretty. Lots of detail left in it. I didn't sand on it too terribly much. You can see the well came really pretty darn clean. So just a nice old clean knife. Yeah, great walk and talk, very solid. I'm gonna put some of this wax on it just to give it the kind of final little touch here. Get it in that bone. Hydrate it, make it smell good. Most of these, you know, a lot of these knives come, when they come, you know, they're like, smell like mildew and cigarette smoke and, you know, just an old crusty thing is basically what they smell like. So it's nice to have the final touch kind of be something that also puts a pleasant smell in it. And the wax kind of gives it an extra little layer of shine and definition to it. And all in all, really came out nice. I don't know, do you guys think I did too much, too shiny or anything? I don't think I went overboard on the bolsters. I started the sandpaper at a little bit higher grit because I didn't want to take off too much definition in that bone. Just kind of wanted to shine it. And I think it came out pretty close to exactly what I was shooting for. So there's that guy, and you can see here is the other Ulster, the cigar jack. This one's a cattle knife. This one's a cigar jack. This one's a little bit larger. This one in the Rogers bone, and this one in the peach seed jig bone there. But like I said, this one has been traded and will be going in the mail tomorrow. So anyway, there is a little 2 for Tuesday with some Ulster knives pre-1941. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you soon.